Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023 and welcome to Own It Magazine and Publishing Company. My name is Marissa Bludorn. We are in It's Your Life, Own It. Welcome and taking center stage and owning it with me is contributing writer Jeffrey Berger, who is also a holistic health coach. And we are going to start this year off right because we're talking about leadership and mindset. And how you start your year off right is having your mind, body, and spirit in the right place. And so, Jeffrey, welcome. He is our January cover guy. And he is truly
Thank you,
owning it with
Marissa.
that cover. Oh my God, you look so handsome, Jeffrey. Love it. You look healthy. You look excited. You look joyful. You look beautiful. And so, love all of that you're doing. Excited about it because we need to know about our health. We need to make sure that we are being proactive, not reactive, to how we are supporting our daily regimen and supporting good health. And so, talk to us today. We're talking from this place of leadership, mindset, starting the year off right with mindset. But you also have something that's super special that you want to share with the folks about the GBX lifestyle. And so, share with us
Absolutely.
about your thoughts on, we're here, 2023.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so humbled to be on the cover this month. I'm humbled to be kickstarting the interview series for 2023. It is going to be the next level of transformation because I actually started mine. I actually started my journey in 2018, end of 2018, beginning of 2019. And it's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least, but it's been something that I have really come to terms with because it's a decision, it's a choice to really focus in on your health. And this was something that was presented to me because I was actually searching for something because my health was not good. Take me a
Mhm.
couple years, into the journey. It's a lifestyle change. Many of us have been destroying our bodies for decades and following a certain protocol or a certain, I'm going to say, mainstream media. Everything is good for you. The foods are good. This is good. The cereals, the this, the that. When in actuality, they are not. And that's another series of interviews or discussions. But
Mhm.
what I've learned in the last 4 years, my mind is blown away with what these companies are getting away with and what people are being fed actually from a not only food wise but mentally. What are they learning? And I've learned so much through this journey, and I'm really excited because my health is right now. It's, as I said earlier, it's a lifestyle change. We have to look at our body. It's a temple of
Yep.
unique traits with organs and systems and cells and microbiota and viruses that are in our viruses, meaning virome. We have viruses in our body that all work synergistically together. And if we feed these entities the right protocols, it's amazing how vibrant and how much you can thrive. And I say it's living in abundance and optimum wellness physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. So
I
all
mean,
of that really came around to making a choice of becoming my own leader. I took control because I was in corporate America for so many years, thinking, well, I can be a leader in my own industry as a software engineer. No, that's not the case. You're a puppet and they control you. They control you 100% for the most part, I'm going to say. So I made that decision in August of 2016, August 15th, 2016. I left my corporate position being totally burnt out. So I stepped up to the plate to become my own leader, making that choice to be in 100% control of who I am and what I'm doing, and then basically learning this journey, because there is so much great information out there that is not being shared with the general public. And there are people who are out there who are looking, but they don't know where to look. And those of us like yourself, myself, and others who are in this, arena want to share with people. And, leaders are not, as what Vince Lombardi, his famous quote is, leaders are not born, they're made. And that is true.
Mhm.
Leader Being a leader is self-development, and you develop
That's
skills
it.
to become a leader. So that's really how my journey started. And it's forever growing. It's a daily, one step forward, one step forward. Granted, I have stepped back, but then I've fallen, but I've gotten back up, and that's part of the journey. It's part of learning. Just so long as you don't quit, and that is the key: is you don't quit, because there are going to be people out there who discourage you, who put you down, who laugh at you. Well, they're going to be the ones who are laughing last. And I am going to continue to move forward, just like you, and just like a lot of our colleagues who are in this arena, wanting to share and provide value in some direction, but more so value. It's the idea of providing the value for those individuals to say, oh, wait a minute. So Jeff said this, Marissa said this, but they said that. And there's conflicting. I need to make my own decision and
You
take
need to
that
make your
information,
own.
evaluate it for what's best for you.
Right. Right. And that's the thread for own it. It's you are the CEO of your life, and it's time to make executive decisions. And you have to have that independence. And you're going to have to go against the grain. Like the salmon swims upstream, you are going to have to learn how to swim upstream and be unapologetic. Don't be arrogant. Don't be
Right.
cocky. Don't be full of yourself. Always operate in humility and humbleness. And humility is not embarrassment. It's saying, listen, I'm no better than anybody else. I'm just choosing to make my own decisions. And
Right.
there is systems at play. Everything is created based on a systematic process, and everything within the system, if everything is functioning like it's supposed to and it's designed, it works well. And you said so many things. It's about choices. We have control over ourselves as CEOs of our own lives. We have choices to make. And sometimes those choices that are good for us don't feel good to us, but they are
Right.
good for us. And when we see the bigger picture as to how we can show up and show ourselves strong, that's what's important. So no, you have to, not eat a certain way. You have to eat this way, but ultimately you're going to feel better. You're going to show up better. You're going to be able to have
Right.
a clarity in your mind, because remember, you said mental fitness is the new physical health, right? Mental,
Exactly.
because everything starts up here with a thought. It's all how you think up here. And how you think up here, once it's perceived and received, it becomes a part of your emotional body. It becomes a part of your heart. It becomes a part of your passion. And that's
Yeah.
when the two in combination, you start making decisions. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Right. So let me just interject here just a little bit. I want to teach people to think a little bit different, because you said it starts up here. This is the teaching, has been, it starts up here, but you know what? It really starts here at your mouth. What are you putting in your mouth to feed your
Mm,
gut, to feed those neurotransmitters and hormones, to eventually talk to the brain and feed that brain the nutrients and what it's looking for, to be able for you to have that mental fitness, which is becoming the new mental health, or the physical health today, to make those decisions. So it's a little change of thinking, because if this isn't thinking properly, then nothing else is going to matter. And this is only going to think properly if your gut is in alignment.
yeah, and you're looking at the neural um, process, how that is
Yeah.
actually being fed. Yeah, it's the nerves. And so that is why it's so important. And talk to us about, you mentioned that, talk to us about that GBX lifestyle, because this is a part of that process of changing things,
Right.
changing how you feed your body, how you feed your mind ultimately. And I want to go into that, and I want to share, because you took time with me last week to go over specifically with me, and this is what Jeffrey does, to go over specifically with me a regiment that I would be able to use, so that I can get that clarity of thought and mindset. And so go over with our audience that GBX lifestyle, and why it's so important to get it at the start of, you want to start your year off right, because if you start your year off right, you'll finish it strong. And I can almost say to you, into our audience, is that, listen, I could just feel like this was just at the top of 2022. It feels like 22 went by in just a
Yeah.
snap. And I don't know how everybody else feels, but that's what it felt like. So if we want to finish the year off strong, we have to start the year off strong, not with a list of things that we plan to do, but a change in mindset. So share with us about the GBX lifestyle.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks. So this is just to set the foundation. This is a program that I was introduced to back in late 2018. And I'll be honest, I was skeptical. All right. But it's okay to be skeptical as long as you're open to doing the research and really getting information and being informed. So long and the short of it is I did the research. I decided to evaluate the program. And the first couple of months, I wanted to quit. This isn't working. That isn't working. And I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. But somebody was watching out for me, and just, it was like, just keep plugging away, keep plugging away. And within 9 months, I achieved the goal that I wanted to achieve. I lost 60 pounds. I came off of 5 medications. I had reversed my type 2 diabetes to be non-diabetic, and I reduced decades of stress, anxiety, and depression that was at a 10 plus down to a level 1 with absolutely no depression since then. And you can't put a price tag on that. So what I did is I took the elements of that program and created Living a GBX Lifestyle. GBX is gut brain axis. And this is what's called the microbiome. I've been talking about that. And for those that don't know, the microbiome is a science that's disrupting the health and wellness industry today, especially when it comes to mental health. Mental health is a pandemic today, and it's only getting worse. And it's great to talk about depression and stress and anxiety and all that stuff that's going on from a mental health perspective. However, hello, people, it's time to talk about solutions that are safe and work. We need to get to the root cause of what is causing your stress, what is causing your depression, anxiety, so forth and so on. So with that, I put together this program, which ultimately it's a 90-day program. It took me 9 months to go through this program. So the idea here is that we go through a series of things that are teaching through what's called SENSE, SENSE, the right supplementation, exercise, nutrition, stress management, and then evaluation. And at the end of each month, we basically evaluate how things are going during that month. What's working, what's not working. What do we need to tweak? Because sometimes everybody's physiology is different. So we need to make some tweaks according to what you are currently doing, as well as your current situation, because everybody has a different health level. Some people are moderately healthy. Others are not healthy. So those who are really not healthy, it's going to take longer to do the repair, because this works from a microscopic level, and it repairs slowly. Because anybody who is sick, number one, they've got leaky gut. All that stuff that's going down there is leaking out into their body, causing inflammation and causing a disruption. And we need to do that repair. And it's not going to happen in a week or 2 weeks. It's going to take time. And so that's kind of the baseline of the program in regards to learning this. And in the beginning, as you said, somebody will take a wellness assessment, kind of get a level of where you're at. I will review that assessment with them. We talk about different options that are available that will be tailored specifically to their needs and their goals. Where do you want to be in 90 days? You may not want to be totally 100%, what I don't want to say totally well, but for those who are really like me, it took 9 months. It was 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So I had certain goals. In the first 3 months, I'm going to hit this level or this goal. Next 3 months, I want to hit that goal because as I said, each body is different. And so with that, you're going to get a GBX lifestyle program guide. You're going to get a daily wellness journal that you will record how your transition is going through those 90 days or 90 days plus. And then there's an accountability session that happens once a week. Check in and see how things are going, and report your accolades. And we hold each other accountable. That's great about this, is because we're all going into this journey together, and we're all trying to achieve. And if we hear other people talk about their stories and what they're going through, it's like, oh my gosh, I thought I was bad, but that person is worse than I am. And I understand where he or she is coming from. And I resonate with their story, and we're there to help and encourage people, which is what I love about that part of the program, is sharing our journey, sharing the successes, but then also sharing the failures, because from those failures, we learn, well, what didn't work and what do we need to change to make it successful?
Yeah, yeah. You nailed it on so many different fronts. One of the things, and I'm a note taker, so I'm always taking notes
Yep.
and processing the information that I'm receiving. You said be open. You have to be open minded, and we're talking about mindset all month. All month, we're talking about mindset on Own It. Every different show that we have, we're talking about mindset, because mindset is critical for how a man thinks, so is he, right? So
Right.
mindset is important, and openness. You gotta be open. I know sometimes we're set in our ways. We can use these as excuses, but if you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep getting what you're getting. So you must
Right.
be open-minded. You have to be open-minded. And it's a process of being conscious about what you do to self-sabotage. So you have to make an effort, even though it's a struggle, even though it's hard. The only person who's going to care enough about you is you. I say the
That's right.
only variable that never changes, no matter where you, the person, goes, whatever environment you in or whatever situation you're in, the only variable that never changes is you. So you have to do the work to recondition yourself. So open-mindedness is so important to receive new information, to be willing to change, to be fluid, to be be in the flow. So open-minded, and you said you did the research. It's so important for us to do the research. We are the CEOs of our own lives, our careers, and if we choose to go into a business, our businesses. And so we have to make those executive decisions, and we have to see the bigger picture and not the smaller issues. And so you said that, and then you talked about how everything takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything takes time. That when you try to start something new, it takes reconditioning takes time. Some things you're going to feel instantly. And then once the body gets used to it, because I remember when I had the happy juice, I was like, whoa, your body says, whoa, what's that you got? Oh my God, what's that you have? And it starts saying, ooh, we like that. So your body, your cells start getting excited about it. But the minute that you're
Yep.
in it, it takes time for it to do the repair work. And so what I got was everything takes time. Give it a chance. Give it a
Right.
chance.
And
And that's what you
that is
said.
so
Give it.
true, Marissa, because here's the thing is, and I learned this early on in my journey, because I obviously represent a very unique holistic protocol, a product line that aids in gut repair and mental acuity. So it's mental health, and mental health is all stems from the gut health, and science is proving that. And I talked to Dr. Sean and said, why are these products guaranteed for a full year? He said, Jeff, think about this. You have been destroying. Now, this is during my journey. He said, Jeff, you've been destroying your gut for decades, and it's not a red pill or a blue pill. You've done a lot of damage and you've been on medications for 20 years. So those medications have been eating away at your gut lining. And in order to restore this from a cellular molecular level, it takes time to repair. And that's what it's doing. It's repairing. And if you are consistent and persistent over time, you will basically be healed. And after I went through my journey, I actually went to a blood doctor and had my blood evaluated. And the first things that, and he actually I saw my blood. It was, the red cells, the white cells. There were very few white cells, lots of red cells. They were, instead of clumped together, they were all free flowing. And he told me what that meant. And I said, well, I got two questions. How's my immune system? He said, whatever you've done, your immune system is really, really strong. And I said, what about leaky gut? He said, you have no leaky gut because you've got nothing floating in your bloodstream. So your gut has been healed and it's repaired. So none of that stuff is leaking out into your blood system, which is proof of the pudding. That took me 9 months, but that was 40 years of destruction. And I'm like, holy cow, 9 months. And what I learned is that if you feed your body the right nutrients and the protocols that it is yearning for, it's going to respond quite rapidly. Now, 9 months is a long time. However, looking at retrospectively, my entire life, it was a very short time.
It's a very short time.
Yeah, I was really, really blessed. And have I fallen off the wagon? Absolutely. We all do, but it's a learning process. At the end of 9 months, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have leaky gut anymore. My immune system is strong and this is going and that's going. So I kind of stopped. Well, within a month, 2 months, I'm like, my stress levels are starting to heighten and my anxiety is starting to set in, and I'm starting to make bad choices again because it was stress for me. What was my favorite marriage partnership was the pantry. That was my wife during stress times, or my husband, I should say. So you learn through that process, and I looked at this whole thing holistically and said, you know what? These are plants, and these are specific traits of plants that aid in gut repair and bring down the stress levels and the anxiety and depression, indices, and bringing that down and just kind of leveling you off, because you're not going to get it from a pharmaceutical. You're not going to get it from over-the-counter supplementation, because most of that stuff is not science-backed or clinically trialed. This is all science-backed, clinical trialed, plant-based protocols that target specific neurotransmitters and feed the hormones and repair the cells and feed the microbiota the nutrients that it's really looking for.
Yes. And you said it's a systematic approach to repair. So, like I said earlier at the top of the show, it's all about systems and understanding how the systems work. And that's why it's so important for you to be the leader of your life, for you to be open-minded, do the research so that you understand how these systems work and how they're having an impact on yourself. And so that's so important. Any closing remarks, again, just to make sure the audience understands and knows, we're at the top of the year. And so we are talking about mindset. Mindset is so important. Meditation is so important. Being open to new information that's going to, and be receptive to new information that's going to make positive change in your life, that's going to bring you the results that you really, really want to achieve in your life. And that's what we're here for. We're here to give you a different perspective, to release to you ownership of yourself again through the CEO concept and mindset, that you are the executive of your life and that it's time to make those critical decisions that are going to lead you to the fulfilling life that you have, and it starts with being healthy. And so, Jeffrey, closing remarks to our audience.
What I'd like to say is,
And how they can get in touch with you and do this GBX thing.
there you go. Keep your minds open to the possibilities. What if this program was something that you were really looking for, and it would resolve a lot of your physical and mental issues that you're going through, whether it's stress with work or family or a combination of both, if you're having gut problems, so forth and so on. Um, Keeping an open mind is really has been key for me because I was so close minded during my corporate career. It was more of like I'm a robot, and I followed what they said and what they believed, and that's what I did with my doctor until I finally said no to the sixth medication she wanted to put me on. I said absolutely not. This has got to change. So keep your mind open. If you're struggling with some health issues, it's all gut related. I'm gonna put this caveat. Science is showing that most physical and mental ailments are gut related because all disease starts in the gut. Okay. And if this is you, if you're having issues with gut, autoimmune diseases, or stress, anxiety, depression, um, please reach out. Let's have a conversation and take a look at the program, and we can evaluate if this is something that resonates with you, and if it's something that you would like to evaluate and come on board, because it's important for every one of us to start focusing on our health today. Because if you don't, you're going to be forced to focus on your illnesses later on. There is so
And it's
much.
more expensive.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And there is so much bad stuff out there today that is causing all of the illnesses, the diseases, the stress, the anxiety that people are going through today. And I share that through the program. I share that in my workshops. What's really happening out there in the Food and Drug Administration, and what is in our foods today? We don't have healthy foods today. They're all biogenetic formulated foods, and it's only going to get worse. I've seen articles where they're biogenerating, they're creating their own hamburger. They're growing meat cells to create hamburgers so they don't have to be raising cattle. That's really
Mm,
scary. So keep
yeah.
an open mind. Reach out to me. Take a look at the magazine, January of Own It. There's links
Let's
in
flash
there.
it up, handsome. Let's flash it up.
Oh,
There
there you
you go. Is he incredible or what? What a beautiful view.
go. Awesome. I
Love
got to
it,
take.
love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you. Thank
love
you
it,
so
love it.
much. Yeah, just reach out and let's have a talk. It may be for you, it may not be for you, but you know what? You never know until you get the information to see if it's something that might work for you. So
You never
thank you.
know.
I'm really truly
Oh,
humbled to be part
absolutely.
of this family.
Yes, he is one of our contributing writers for the Own It magazine. He is our cover guy for January 2023, starting the year off right. So incredible to be connected with you. And I will say to you, I'm not totally healthy, but I am also in a healthy place. And I know when you want to achieve such greatness, when you really want to make an impact, it can be very stressful. Times in your life can be very demanding, and even though I'm in a healthy space and place for myself, I still need a regiment that's going to help me to be perform even more. I need to be performing at my optimum level. And so Jeffrey took the time to go over with me exactly what I was sharing with him of what I needed in order for me to for me to maximize how I show up. He took the time to go over that with me. And based on his experience, he was able to show me the right regimen immediately. Marissa, I think you need to do this, that, and the other. Now, I can't keep up with him. And hopefully, in this year's journey, I'll be a master of the GBX lifestyle. But right now, he is your guide to go to. Don't be ashamed. Don't hold back. Don't delay. It's time for us to start the year off right, change the trajectory of what we've been getting in the past, and maximize how we show up in life with our energy, our excitability, and our health. And so, thank you so much, Jeffrey, for being here with me. You already know I love you dearly. You're such a sweetheart. And be blessed, you guys. Happy 2023 and New Year. Have an amazing and incredible week. Remember, this is your life. Own it. We're out.